All right, ready? So our 3-8 is the last lesson in chapter 3 before we head into the test. 3-8 is called zeros in the multiplier. Do you remember way back from the first lesson what a multiplier is?
Yes.
Or do you want to guess? Raise your hands. Okay, Gabby?
The two numbers you're multiplying?
Great. One of them. One of them is called a multiplicand, and one of them is called the multiplier. So you're exactly right. Do you know which one is called the multiplier? The top one or the bottom one? The first one or the second one? Kayla? The second one. Yep, the top one is the multiplicand. The second one or the bottom one is the multiplier. It's what you're multiplying it by. So, zeros in the multiplier. This lesson is just what to do when you have a zero in the multiplier. Now, you could do exactly what you've been doing. Exactly what you've been doing in lesson 3-7. That's the long way. I'm going to teach you a shorter way to do it. So, let's look at our problem. Sullivan paints using pointillism. Have you ever seen pointillism? Have you learned that in art? Where they just do little dots and make an entire picture, right? Or have you ever seen one where they use little pixels and they make, or little pictures, and they make a big picture out of like little pictures all together? So this is an example of pointillism. You can kind of see that. Pointillism, oh, it explains it, which is a technique that uses patterns of dots. The painting will have about 225 dots per square inch. That means in 1 inch, there's 225 dots. If the painting is 208 square inches, how many dots are in the painting? So you have 225 dots in 1 inch, but you have 208 inches. So what are you going to do to find your answer, Kayla?
You're going to both round this to 200.
Okay, let's think about this without looking at this right here. This is just an estimation, which is true. We're going to estimate this. But how do you find the answer to a problem that says, if you have 225 dots in 1 inch, how many dots are you going to have in 208 inches? What do you need to do? Add, subtract, multiply, divide. Juliet.
You need to multiply 225 by 280.
Yes. Does everyone understand how we get that? Okay, let's put our pens down. Nobody should be doing anything quite yet. 225 dots are right here, but we have 208 of them. So we could either say 225 plus 225 plus 225 plus 225, and we could do that 208 times, add up 208 225s, or we just say 225 times 208 times. Does that make sense? So that's how we're going to get to our problem, which is 225 times 208. Let's start always by giving an estimate, by giving a rounding. Now, I've said that you don't have to do that any longer on your homework because it's taking a long enough time to get your homework done with just the multiplying. But when you are doing a test or a quiz, do you think it would be a good idea to get an estimate?
Yes.
Why do you think that would be a good idea, Zachary?
Because if like the problem is really long, you could estimate it to get a shorter problem.
Okay, but if the problem says multiply and find your answer, you can't just estimate and give me an estimate, right? Because I'm wanting the answer.
So you have to estimate both of them and then times the new product? Oh.
Why is estimating a good idea on a quiz or a test? Kurt?
Because when you estimate, it's super close to what your answer is supposed to be.
Yes.
So when you multiply, if you get it totally off, then you can really just say, well, I have to try that problem again. I don't want to get that wrong.
That's exactly right. On a test, you want your best chance of getting that answer right. So you get a rounding estimate and think, okay, my answer needs to be about 10,000. If you do your problem and you get 1,000,000, do you think, oh no, either I rounded wrong or I got the wrong answer, but I better retry this, right? Okay, so you don't have to do it on your homework, but let's know how to do it for our tests and quizzes. So 225, you round to the furthest spot, right? The largest spot. So you would round that to 200, right? 208 rounds down to 200. So our answer should be about, what's 2 times 2 is 4, and then you add all these 4 zeros. So your answer should be about what? 40,000. So keep that in mind. Like when you get an answer, if it's 400,000, you're like, okay, wait, that's not right. So let's see how we do this. Now, you see that is there a 0 in the multiplier? Yeah, there is. So, first way that you can do this is you can say, let me get a different marker here. You can say 225. All right, let's do it the long way first. 225 times 208, right? Let's do this just the normal way that we have learned. Here we go. We start in the ones place. We say 8 times 5 is 40. The 4 goes up here, the 0 here. 8 times 2 plus 4 is 20. 8 times 2 plus 2. Good. You guys are getting this down. Now what do we do? 0 the hero. Why? What am I going to do to show that it's the placeholder and not part of my answer? Box it up. Right? Box it up so we know that this guy is our 0 the hero. Now we're going to move over to this. There's a 0 in the multiplicand. So look it. We take 0 times 5 is
0.
0 times 2 is
0.
0 times 2 is
0.
There we go. Now we go to the 100 spot, and what do we do?
I put 2 0. It's 0 the heroes.
2 0 the heroes.
0 the sidekick.
All right, now we've got 2 times 5 is
10.
1 goes here, 0 goes here. 2 times 2 is
4.
plus 1 is 5. 2 times 2 is
4.
and then we can't forget to add them all together. And our answer is our answer about 40,000?
Yes.
So it's probably right. Now, that is the long way to do it. Let's do it a shorter way. All right? So we have 225 times 208. Now, for the 8, we're going to keep doing it just as normal, right? So the 8 times 5, 40, 8 times 2, 16, plus 4 is 20. 8 times 2 is 16, plus 2 is? Okay, that's the same as normal. We put our 0 the hero in just like normal, but when we don't even have to do that. Let me back up. You do the first one, and when you look over here and you see that there is a 0, did this line of zeros influence our answer at all?
No.
Do you think we even need all those zeros?
No.
So look what you can do. When you see a 0, you can say, oh, great. That's one whole step I can skip over. You can just go right to the 2. Right? It's like, whew, good, one less step. I'm going to go all the way over to the 2. But here's where you're going to make a mistake if you're not careful. Then you don't have to just put 1 0 the hero placeholder here. You're skipping that step. You're going right to the 2 placeholder step. And you do 2 times 5 is?
10.
2 times 2 is?
4.
Plus 1 is?
5.
And then 2 times 2 is?
4.
And if you add these up, you get the same answer. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So all your lesson is today is learning how to skip part of the problems that you did yesterday. So that's so much easier, right? Okay, if this helps you to write all those zeros out, you can do it the long way. But if you can remember, if you skip this step, just go right to the 2 zeros. You should be doing much better, all right? So we are going to do an example of that.
Do you have homework of this?
You do have homework of this. Yes, Kurt.
On our homework, so on our homework,
Yes.
can we do some of it during in the morning? Because what if we are like busy?
Well, you know what? Being busy is just a part of life. I know a lot of times, someone comes and say, I was really busy last night, I didn't do my homework. But part of that, guys, you're just going to have to time manage. So sometimes, even when you're in the car, driving places, or when you get back, and you're doing dinner, you might have to have your homework out. But sometime during the day, find a chance. Our homework for today, I think, is
48.
It's 10 problems. Okay? Shh, listen. It is 10 problems. You should be able to do those 10 problems, and we'll try to find time during the day to get a start on them. Yes?
What number is it?
48.
It's page 48, but just wait 1 second.
I just want to see it. Ooh, golden tickets.
Oh, I want my golden ticket.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I need your attention up here for 1 minute. I would like, 1 second here, let me put this on here. Okay, listen closely, ladies and gentlemen, on your homework. If you're not listening, you'll miss this, and you'll be disappointed when you come tomorrow and you've done all those problems. There are 10 problems. Yes, there are 10 problems, plus the problem solving. Here's what I'm going to say. For tomorrow, because I know these take a little bit longer to do, you can just do the odds. That means you have 5 problems to do. I would like to see people getting at least 4 correct. That means you have to go slowly. Now, if you do the evens, they will be extra credit. What does that mean? That means if you get 3 wrong out of the 5 odds, but you did the evens and you got 3 of those correct, you can replace the ones that you got wrong. Do not get it out right now. We're going to do one together on the whiteboard. Actually, we'll do one of the evens. Let's do that. Let's do one of the evens. Number 2 is not going to count for extra credit. We're going to do number 2. I want you to do it right now so that I can make sure that you know what you're doing. Okay, everybody sit. Don't get out of your chairs yet. Eli, question.
So you said we can do evens if we want.
So, for the evens, it's going to be extra credit if you do them. Now, I would like you to do number 2 right now. I want you to do it in your workbook. Do not do it on a whiteboard because I need to see. Yes, your homework number 2. So it is 288 times 780. I want you to do that. Wow, what in the world is going on with our eraser here? Okay, you do not need to round and estimate. I just want you to do that problem on your page, and then we'll correct it together up on the board here. There's a 0 down there in the multiplier, so you're learning just how to skip that step. Nobody talk, all right? I want to see what you can do on your own without a neighbor. All right, so when you're done, just wait. We're going to do it together, okay? Just hold tight till everyone's done, and we'll do it together on the board here. Make sure everybody knows how to do it. Don't talk to your neighbor because we want everybody to have a fair chance at concentrating on this, and it really takes some focusing because it's easy to make little mistakes. Is anybody not finished? Okay, all right, I'll give you a little bit longer.
Wait, can we skip the first one if it has a 0?
Yes. When there's a 0, you skip that step. Guys, if you're waiting for others to finish, you can just, go ahead and start working on another one. That's fine. I'll give you a couple more minutes and then we'll do this together. All right, anybody not ready? Y'all got it? Okay, finish it up. I'll give you a few more seconds. You got to skip one of the steps, so it should have gone faster.
I messed up on my
Alrighty. So, everybody pause. Even those of you that went on to work on your homework, can you put your pencils down? I want you to look up here and make sure you got this one right. Okay, everybody up here. Look, do you have a 0 in the multiplier?
Yes.
So, instead of starting here, do you even need to do the ones multiplying?
No.
You don't. You can go right over to here, which means what do you have to do here?
I put a 0.
You have to go to the next spot, which means you're starting
0 the hero.
with a 0 the hero in this spot and going to here. 8 times 8 is
30.
64.
64. 8 times 8 is 64 plus 6, 70. 8 times 2 is 16 plus 7, 23. Now we're going to the 100 spot, so we go over 2 places. 7 times 8 is 56. 7 times 8 is 56 plus 5, 61. 7 times 2, 14 plus 6. Your answer should have been this. Who got it? 224,640. Stand up if you got that. Stand up, stand up. If you didn't, okay, keep standing.
What is it?
224,640. Okay, do not talk right now because I want to find out where we're making some of our mistakes. All right, who can find their mistake? Raise your hand and tell me this is what I did wrong. Gigi, what'd you do?
I did 8 times 8 as 72.
Okay, multiplication error, yes? All right, good, Stan. Who else? Tell me what you did wrong. It's good to find your errors because that way you know, okay, multiplication facts that I need to focus on a little bit. Juliet, what'd you do?
My alignment wasn't correct.
Okay, you didn't line these up. And so then messy math always makes mistakes.
I added an extra 4 next to the 4 side.
Okay, so if you're messy, guys, this is a really tough math chapter. If you are not a neat writer, keep your things in order. Thanks, Juliet, for sharing so we can all learn. Stand with everybody who got it correct, please. Jackson, what'd you do?
Multiplication error, and I forgot to add the zeros, and I tried adding them up, and for some reason I got 21,474,000.
Okay, well, there's where an estimate comes in handy because you would have known you were way off base, right? Okay, so multiplication facts, yes? All right, stand with everybody. Jackson, Bria, what'd you do wrong?
I don't know.
You don't know. So, did you get the first
After
one?
the 6 on the answer, I put another 6.
Where?
Where the 1 is,
No.
the answer.
Right here. I put it.
Abby,
And then I put it.
I'd like you to either stand or be in your chair, okay?
Everything right, but I put a 6 right there.
You put a 6 right here. Did you put a 6 right here? You had a 6 right here. So, when you did 8 times 8,
I ate and I ate until I was sick on the
maybe you put it the wrong way. Instead of 64, did you put 46?
I think so.
Yes. So guys, one other than multiplication errors of multiplication facts. Second error a lot of people make is they're just messy and don't line things up right. A third error that is very, very frequent that you need to watch out for is when you do 8 times 8 and you get 64, sometimes people put 6 and the 4 and they carry the 1 spot over, right? Remember, the left stays over and the carry the 10 spot. Got it? Yep. Thank you for sharing, Bria. You can stand. Who else can share what you did wrong so we can all learn? It's so helpful when you share your mistakes with all of us. Yes?
I didn't put the 0 in
You didn't put this guy.
Yeah.
Oh, you were just like, bam, I'm going to start in the 10 spot, but you were really in the 1 spot, right? Okay, so whatever spot you're skipping, you have to know you're going to the other spot. Good. Zachary, last one. Yes?
I forgot to add the 2 zeros and it was not lined up.
Okay, this is important. The whole lesson today is on realizing which step you're going to skip and then putting the right zeros in. Eli, yes. What did you do wrong?
I multiplied wrong, and somehow I got the answer 39,640.
So,
43.
Eli, what did you multiply wrong? Which one?
I got the last 3 right.
Is this one right of yours? Did you get the first step right?
I just redid it and got it right, but
Okay, don't ever erase your first answer. It helps you a lot to look at it and see exactly what you did wrong.
it was 22 for some reason. It was 22 plus 19,000. I don't know how.
All right, we're going to do one more.
There.
We're going to do one more. Yes.
What number?
Oh my god, 21,595.
Okay.
I got 43.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys, I need you to sit down, and we are going to do number 4. We're going to do number 4. Okay? If you already did it, that's fine. You can start working on your homework. I want to see how many people out of, let me see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. We have 17 here today. I would love for, let's leave 3 people can get errors. Let's try to get 14 of 17 getting this one right. So you're on number 4. Okay? No pressure.
No pressure, but no pressure, but
Okay, now be quiet, guys, so that everybody can really focus on this one before we go to PE, okay? Really focus on every part of it. All right, who is not finished? Raise your hand if you need a little bit more time. Okay. Shh. All right, don't talk. Be respectful of those who are trying to finish up. If you get done, just go on to one of your homework problems so that you're not wasting your own time, okay?
This one, since it's only there's 2 zeros bottom, but I just put this answer next to it.
You have to make sure you're holding those places, right? You can't just start right in this spot. If you're going to start there, what do you need to do with those 2 spots?
Add 2 zeros.
Yeah, you need to hold that place. If you're gonna start in the hundreds spot, you better put a placeholder in the ones and the tens. What's that? You do not need to round. Anybody still working on number 4?
I'm
Okay,
almost
that's
there.
fine, that's fine. Take your time. Just don't wanna.
No pressure.
Put pressure. There.
Okay. Are you guys ready? Okay. Put your pencils down. Those of you, pencils down, hands free. Let's see if we got 14 out of 17 people with the correct answer. All eyes, all ears up here. Boys in the back. This way. Thank you. Let's look. Now, do not erase your answer. I hope you made it nice and neat so you can see exactly where you made a mistake, if you made a mistake. Here we go. We have a 0 in the 1 spot. So we right away can move to the 10 spot. But what do we have to do, Zachary, to get to the 10 spot?
We have to add a 0.
Right, you have to start. If you're going to move over to here, you have to put the 0 placeholder in. So now we have 6 times 9 is 54. 5 goes up, 4 goes down. Do I have everybody with me still?
Yes.
Okay. 6 times 0
0.
plus 5.
5.
6 times 9.
54.
54. 6 times 2.
12.
12 plus 5.
17.
Okay. Raise your hand if I've still got you. Have we lost anybody yet? Anybody? Don't be afraid to say you did something wrong. This is the point where we want mistakes to be made so we can fix them. Who made a mistake that wants to share with the class? Here's what I did. Don't do what I did. Anybody? Bria, what'd you do wrong?
I don't really know what
Okay, I need boys in the back. You have to be quiet. Okay, Bria's talking right now. Thank you.
because the numbers I have different than what
Do you have a 0 here?
Yes.
Do you have a 4?
Yeah.
Do you have a 5?
No.
So you did 6. You did 6 times 9 is 54. Then you did 6 times 0 is 0 plus 5 is 5. What did you get right here?
I got a 9.
What'd you get?
A 9.
A 9. So I'm not sure, Bria, you see how we did this? 6 times 9 is 54, and then 6 times 0 plus 5. So I'm not quite sure where you got a 9 from. Can you see?
She probably added 6 and 5 together.
6 and 5, if she added it, because sometimes people that would have been 11. So do you know what you might have done? No. Okay.
Well, I could have just got mixed up and wrote a 9. I don't know.
Okay. Moving along. So we lost one of you. It's okay, Bria. We'll pick you up next time. And
For some reason I said 1 plus 4 is 7.
Jackson, I want you facing this way. Thank you. Yes, I'm sorry.
I said 1 plus 4 is 7.
Where's 1 plus 4?
Well, I just got that. I don't know how.
Which part did you get wrong? Which number of this?
Oh, well, on the second one.
Oh, we haven't done the second one yet. We've only done the first one right here. Is this right?
No. Okay, I put a 0 where the 4 is supposed to be by the 7. And then I put a 9 by the 5. And then I put a 0 on the 4.
Okay, so you must have made some multiplication mistakes, right?
We both got a 9.
Okay. You put a 9 right here?
No. On the 5. Yeah.
Right here?
Pretty close.
Okay. Those ones are hard for me to figure out. It's not an obvious error. I think it's just probably multiplication mistakes. Let's move on. What do we do now, guys? We've already done the 6, so in order to move to the 5, we need to put in
0. 2 zeros.
2 0 the hero placeholders.
2 potatoes.
Now,
Oh.
thank you. I'll take dojo dollars from both of you. Not right now. After we're done. After we're done, please. Thank you. Okay. 5 times 9 is 45. 5 times 0 is plus 4 is 5 times 9, 45. 5. 5 times 2 plus 4.
14.
Who got this for the second row? Who do I still have with me? Who did I lose on this row right here? Raise your hand. Who did I lose right here? I lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh my word, I lost a ton of you. What happened?
Wait, if you got it wrong?
Yeah.
Okay, raise your hand if you got this wrong and can share. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 of you. Can you guys share what you did wrong so we can learn from it? Lydia, what did you do wrong?
I put a 2 on the 1, and a 0 on the 4, a 1 on the 5, and a
Okay,
6
so Lydia,
on the 4.
5 times 9, did you get 45?
Yeah.
So you got 45.
Oh, I'm looking at the wrong one.
Got it? Okay, who did I lose on this one right here? Kayla, what did you do?
Forgot to add 0.
You didn't put your 0 the heroes in? Oh my goodness. All right, well, that we can fix, right? Remember to put those in there, Zachary.
So where the 4 was supposed to be, I put a 2.
Okay, did you get 5 times 9 is 45?
Yeah. I guess, I don't know.
Did you get 5 times 0 is 0 plus 4 is 4? Did you get this 4?
Nope.
What did you get right there?
2.
A 2. 5 times 0 plus 4. Do you have a 4 up here?
No.
Okay, so when you did 5 times 9, what did you get?
I have no clue what I put. Let me see.
What's your circled number up on top, Zachary? A 2?
I didn't put a 2. Wait, no, yes I did.
So you put 5 times 9 is 25.
This is what I put. I put the 2 up here, and then I got 2 right here.
Well, you know what part of this problem is it's so messy that it's going to be really hard.
Up here.
Yeah, that's really hard to see. So you're going to probably want to just keep it a little bit neater because I think I might make those mistakes too because it's hard to kind of decipher what you're writing in there. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, your homework assignment is 5 problems. I would do them once, maybe do them twice. I'm sorry, we didn't finish it. Here we go. Let's see how many got it right all the way to the end. 0, 4, 10, 9.
8.
It's 9.
Sorry, I can't see what I'm doing here. 12, 6, 1. 1,629,040. Stand if you got it right. Wow.